Hi, Susan Modest here. Today I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin and what makes Bitcoin so exciting to myself and to a lot of other enthusiasts out there. And this is really for the beginner who's heard a lot about the buzz of Bitcoin, but maybe doesn't quite understand why it is so valuable. So just to explain what Bitcoin is, if you happen to just be stumbling on this video, it is a form of cryptocurrency, which means it's digital, and it is not backed by anything. But before that throws you off, understand that cash, and specifically the US dollar, hasn't been backed by gold or anything else since 1971. There's only one economy that continues to have their currency backed by gold, and that's actually Lebanon. All other currencies on earth no longer back their currency with anything, really. And there's a lot of talk about trying to go back to that gold standard, but I don't think that it can be done, because part of what happened is that zeros were just added on paper, and that's our money, and that's our economy system. And it's usually central bankers that decide the number of zeros and take away zeros and control everything. So Bitcoin, on the other hand, is not controlled by any central bank. So let me go ahead and go into the list right away of why Bitcoin is so valuable and so exciting. First of all, value or valuation, both. Currently, you may have heard that there was a drop in the Bitcoin valuation, really, but people are calling it value, that it went down as low as 1,700 about a week ago. And about a week ago, there's a song like that. But it's also now gone right back up because there's confidence, renewed confidence again, because of the IP91 and SegWit, and I have other videos about that, and I definitely want you to take a look at that. But the valuation has gone back up to about 2,700, even close to 2,800. It's kind of like vacillating between those two at this point, and we expect to see after August 1st that it is going to just rise, probably rise astronomically, maybe even faster than some of us would want it, because when it rises too fast, we get some panic sellers, and when we get some panic sellers, we get a little dip. So understand that Bitcoin is a long-term kind of investment, but it is limited. There's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be produced. And at this point, as of July 22nd, 2017, today is the 24th, but as of 2 days ago, I wrote down the number, 16,465,615 Bitcoin in circulation. So if you did the math on that, which I did not, but if you did, you would be able to tell that there's only a smaller percentage still left to be mined. But it can be. But as it's mined and as it becomes more scarce, values are going to go up. Valuations are going to go up. And so that we can, those of us who are invested, can expect to see our currency get even more valuable as it becomes more limited, more scarce, and as less new Bitcoin is in circulation. So obviously you want to get your hands on some Bitcoin. The other reason that it's so valuable, I kind of talked about it a little bit before, is that there is no central bank related to Bitcoin. And so that's exciting for those of us who feel like we are freedom fighters and understand that we have a central banking system that traps a lot of people in a lower socioeconomic state, and the haves and the have-nots are quite unequal, and it's set up to be that way. It's designed to be that way. And Bitcoin removes that because it does not have that centralized banking system. Peer-to-peer transactions. That's what it was designed for initially, for just a person to be able to pay another person in exchange for some kind of value, some product, some service, artwork, furniture, anything, peer-to-peer. Skips the middleman. Again, this is the people's currency, if you ask me, and if you ask a lot of other Bitcoin enthusiasts. There's a lot of cryptocurrency, and a lot of them are exciting, but the reason why I find Bitcoin exceptionally exciting is because of the fact that there's no middle person that you have to go through. And some of the others are like that, and some of the others you got to monitor. You got to do your own research and see that, because sometimes there is a middle person kind of built in there. But that's philosophical. When it comes to values, just be checking on the exchanges and on the indexes and make your decisions based on that. Transactions can be anonymous. That's one of the highlights. Again, it's not that anybody's intending to do anything malevolent or criminal about it. It's just, again, going back to that idea of freedom and freedom in our own transactions. You know, maybe you feel like you need somebody to regulate every single thing that you do or buy. And then there's some of us who don't feel like that's really very free. And so, you know, you let the law do what the law does. If you think that there were bad things being done with cryptocurrency, because it has been demonized that way. It's like, you know, it's on the black market, and all of the drug dealers are doing their deals now in Bitcoin. If anybody tells you that, think about it. They were doing it in fiat, regular currency, way before. So that's a horrible argument, but they like to scare people with that. The other reason is because it's at this point trusted. So it's been around since 2009. And so now we're at the end of 2017. So almost 9 years now. And it's only getting more and more accepted. And it's getting to the point where you can use it almost like you would regular currency. So you can use it. Microsoft accepts it. Expedia accepts it. Quite a few others. But Lush Cosmetics, ladies, they've decided to accept it as well. And there are many, many others. Subway in some places accepts it. It really is up to the individual vendors when it comes to Subway and other smaller institutions like that. It can be affiliate products can be bought through Bitcoin if the person chooses to accept it. I accept that for my other businesses, my other affiliate. I also accept Bitcoin because I understand that the values are just going to rise. Doesn't it make sense? Also, no middle person. And along with that, you know, there's no chargebacks. With Bitcoin, there's not going to be any chargebacks. So if you are a merchant and you're on that end of things, that's actually a very good thing for you. Transaction fees, lower than credit card fees to the merchant as well. So another good plus. It's easy to buy and sell. You can buy and sell Bitcoin. A number of ways to do it. There's a couple that I would recommend more than others. Coinbase is probably the one that most people think about, but I don't like Coinbase. I'll just go ahead and say it. If they want to sponsor me, maybe I'll change my mind. No, just kidding. But Coin Mama is one that I really like. Coins Bank, Uphold. You know, really just do your research, because there's some of places that's not going to be available. There's some countries it's not going to be available in. Uphold. Did I say Uphold already? That's a good one internationally. And that one actually does exchanges between currencies, fiat and cryptocurrency, as well as precious metals. So if you're also into gold and silver, Uphold is a good one. Extremely low transaction fees. Now that is something that's even if you're not a merchant, if you're just a regular consumer, lower transaction fees than with traditional transactions. But it gets even better, because with some of the reason for the turbulence that's going on right now with SegWit and all of that is part security, it's part scaling, but it's also going to lower transaction fees for those of us who are using Bitcoin. So that's a good thing. And then increasing uses of the blockchain technology. So some people say that blockchain is even more valuable than the Bitcoin itself, because there are so many applications of the blockchain, that which is the platform that Bitcoin is developed on, blocks of the chain, coding chain. It's a technical. I'm not a software person. I'm not a computer coder, and you don't have to be either, just to understand the basics. But the blockchain technology has so many applications, and you're actually seeing, if you look in the news, you're seeing a lot of acceptance of new applications using that same technology, that same blockchain technology that the Bitcoin is developed on. Now, Bitcoin is not the only cryptocurrency. As I said before, it's probably, like, I believe it was Richard Branson who said, it's probably not even going to be the best in the end. I mean, I have a strong affection for Bitcoin for a lot of reasons. I think it was genius in the way that it was developed for the people. And I think that it's really going to be a good thing for those of us who are invested. It's going to be a good thing for people overall. It's going to have a good effect on equalizing. It's like, if our economy could do a do-over, if our international economy could get a do-over, where you don't have this incredible power over the little people that can monitor everything and make sure that the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. If you could have a second stab at it, it's cryptocurrency. And at this point, Bitcoin's leading the way. So, maybe I'll do another video another time about what actually affects the prices or the valuation, because the value is everything I just said. But the valuation, the actual prices are affected by a lot of things. And supply and demand are probably the one that is going to be the longest term factor that's going to affect that. So think about it, it gets scarcer and scarcer, so values will go up and up. More application as well, the more people accept it, then you have more of a demand, okay, with limited supply. And what happens to valuation when that happens? From your high school economy class, economics class, it goes up. So expect good things. I hope this helped to explain Bitcoin a little bit for the beginner and why we're so excited about it. And so in the description box, I am going to put a link for some of the opportunities that I'm involved in right now to multiply my Bitcoin. It includes trading and mining, because mining is the most organic way to actually get more Bitcoin. So take a look at that. If that's something you would like to do, I'd be excited to work with you. I'm also going to put a link for a platform in which you can just learn more about it. So if you know that you just want to learn more, and you understand how important it is, and you understand how much things are changing, then it'll be worth investing into so that you can make the right moves. So I'm going to put that link in the description as well. Also going to put a link for my Facebook group. And that Facebook group I actually started not too long ago, because I want to be able to support the people that I'm working with, more tips, more of a dialogue, and hopefully more connection with like-minded individuals that will help keep you positive and have the same kind of questions that you might be having. And that is probably one of the best ways I've found to be able to do that. So please do join the group. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and let me know the kind of videos, whether just about marketing or Bitcoin specifically, that you will find helpful to you, and I will do my best to get those videos to you. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.